Hey everyone, this is Mukesh Otwani once again from learn-automation.com. Today in this lecture, we are going to talk about a new package called WebDriverManager package. Okay, so if you remember in our previous lecture, what we used to do, like in order to work with Chrome browser, we used to download the Chrome driver, right? In order to work with Firefox, you need to download the Gecko driver. Same thing we used to do for iBrowser, Edge browser, and Opera browser as well, right? Now consider a scenario that in case browsers are getting updated, right? Then definitely we'll get a new driver version. So now in order to get compatibility, we have to download every time. Like let's say today at the time of recording, Chrome version is 86, so we have 86 driver. Now tomorrow if driver is getting updated to 87, 88 or maybe some random number, definitely you need the new driver in order to work, right? Same goes with Gecko driver and other browsers as well. So what if you don't want to download this manually every time? You want some kind of solution where the moment you have new drivers, it should download automatically, it should set the path and it should work properly. So let me show you how you can do that. It's just like one line of code that you need to add and everything is done. Okay, so you don't need to download every time and set the path manually. Everything will be done by this package. Okay, so let me show you first of all what was our earlier approach. So now if you go back to our previous program, this is how we used to write. We had this Chrome driver, right? We have seen this earlier, that how to download the drivers. So in case if you haven't seen my previous videos, I would highly recommend watch the previous videos where we have did all this stuff. Okay, we used to create service class object and then we used to pass this, right? Now I will show you how you can avoid all this thing and how you can directly start without setting the path and driver. So let me create first of all a new package. Okay, so no need to create a new package because we are already in the Selenium scripts. I will create a new Python file and I will say WebDriverManager demo. Okay, and now let me show you the package. So again I will be using py. So as we have seen, in order to download any package we need to refer py. So py and pi.org. Right, now you can directly refer to this website and search for that specific package, or what you can do, okay, let's do one thing, let's search here, just type WebDriverManager, hit enter, and you can see the first link, right, library which provide the easy way to automatically manage the driver for different browser. This is one way. In case if you don't find this one like easy option, just simply go to Google and search for WebDriverManager, and you can see we have the fourth option for Python. Just hit enter and you will directly get the link. So both are same link, they will point to WebDriver-manager package, and this package will do wonders for us. Okay, you just need to use this package and you are free to use these browsers which is listed here. So right now it supports Chrome, Gecko, Opera and Edge Chromium driver. So what exactly we need to do? First of all, we need to install this as usual. Pip install that particular package name and we have to use this. Okay, so let me show you step by step. I can copy this pip install WebDriverManager. Let's go back to our PyCharm. I will open the terminal and let me simply paste the command that we have copied, or you can just type pip space install space WebDriver_manager, hit enter, and it will take few seconds, depends on the internet speed, and it is going to download this particular package. So here we go, it is installed. Now you can see along with this WebDriverManager it also installed some other packages. That's fine. Now if you go back here, we need to use now specific class which is available inside this package. Okay, so one of the class is Chrome driver manager. So this is only for Chrome. In order to work with other browsers you need to use other classes, like for Firefox you need to use Gecko driver manager, and in order to work with iBrowser you have to use iDriverManager. Same goes with Opera and Edge Chromium driver manager. So let me show you one by one. So I'm going to use Chrome driver manager. So first of all we need the WebDriver, right? So I will just use WebDriver, or just type web, press Ctrl and 2 times a space bar. Okay, this is 2 times for me. Generally we have to press Control button and press the space bar. In my case I have to use Control button and 2 times this space bar. So let me show you again. Just type control and 2 times the spacebar, and you can see I'm getting all these suggestions, right? So I will just search for WebDriver, and you can see we got this particular WebDriver, right? The moment you hit enter, automatically it is going to import WebDriver for you. So it says from Selenium import WebDriver. Perfect. Now I need to use Chrome class. Just say Chrome and it will return you instance. I will store into a driver. Okay, you can give any name. I'm just using a driver name here. Just right click and run. It should fail ideally because right now we are trying to invoke Chrome, but we are not giving any driver. So as expected, it is throwing one exception called WebDriver exception, and it says Chrome driver executable need to be in path. Make sense? Now we have to use Chrome driver manager. Okay, so I will just write Chrome driver, and again I will say control spacebar, and you can see we got Chrome driver manager. Now it's a separate class, guys. So first of all, we need to create object of this class. So we have seen earlier how do we create object. So I will create object, okay, and then install is a method which actually downloads the driver and it will return the path. So how it works internally behind the scene, I will show in the second part. The moment you call create object, it is going to call a constructor, download the driver, and dot install method will return you the path. Okay, so just say dot install and that's all. So just run this and you will see it will launch the browser for you, set the path, everything. Now once you get this driver instance, it's totally up to you what activity you want to do. Let's say I just want to open first of all any URL. Let's say in this case I want to open google.com. okay, and I will simply maximize this. So driver.maximize, I will just type something. So there's a search bar, right? If I show you the search bar, there's one locator, or I will say attribute called name, and the value is q. So I'm just trying to type something. I will say just my name. Now simply I will say driver.quit. Fine. Now let's run this and you will see a different output this time. So let's wait. So you can see the console log, right? It says there's no Chrome driver, so it is trying to download. It has downloaded, it set the path, and now you can see our Chrome is running. It has also done the typing part, but it was too fast, so it was you cannot see right now. What I will do, I will simply comment this, okay, and before I run this, let me show you the logs first of all, so that you will understand what is happening behind the scene. So it's first of all says your current Google Chrome version is 86, the latest driver version is 86, but there's no Chrome driver for this particular version in our cache. Then what it did, it is trying to download the new driver from this URL, and you can see it is saying that driver has been saved in this particular location. That's a very interesting part. So I will show you this part. So let's do one thing. Let's copy first of all, okay, and let's go ahead and try to see whether we have a driver or not. So here we go. We already have a Chrome driver here. So if you just say go back, just go to driver. So right now in the drivers folder, it downloaded for Chrome driver, and Win32, this is the version, and we have this exe. So internally it is returning you, and now you can use it. Now what next time? It means, will it download each and every time? No. So let me show you. I will just remove this part. Okay, just a second guys. Right click once again and just do a run. This time you can see it has not downloaded the driver. The reason is it's already available for us, right? So it took from the cache. I showed the location, right? It took the driver from that path, it used it, and it is working. So every time it is not downloading. The moment you have new version, it will download, then it will set the path, and then you can use it. Perfect. Now what about other browsers? So for each and every browser, they have given the the syntax. For Firefox, now we need to do a small hack here. So for Firefox, what they did, they asked us to set one more key, which is executable path. Okay, so if I show you the documentation, the moment you come down, you can see for Firefox we need to use one additional key called executable path, which we have seen earlier. So along with this we just need to say executable part, then it will work. So let me show you for where it is, yeah, for Firefox as well. So what I will do, I will just go back here, I will copy this and I will create a copy. So Control C, Control V, I will say Chrome WebDriver demo 2, and in the demo 2, first of all I will remove Chrome, okay, because I don't need Chrome this time. I will say WebDriver.Firefox, okay, and here I need to say Gecko driver, so just type GECK and Control spacebar and we should get the suggestion. Okay, let's make G as capital, and here we go, Gecko driver manager. Since it's a class, we need to create object. I will say create object and then call the install method. And now if you try to run, let's see, I'm not setting that key which they have mentioned, right? They have mentioned we need to use executable path equal to this driver path, which I have not set. So let's see what is the output now. So let's try to run this, and can you see the console log? It is saying there's no Gecko driver for the browser in the cache. It is trying to download now, and it will download. Okay, obviously it failed because we have not set the key, but still the first part is done. There's no Gecko driver Win64 available. It found that we have the latest version called 0.28.0. It is trying to download, and finally it downloaded the Gecko driver. So this is the path. Let's go ahead and paste here, and here we go. So now if I go back to drivers, can you see earlier it was only Chrome driver, now it is Gecko driver, where we have N64 specific version which is 0.28.0, and here's the Gecko driver. Now in order to work, let's set the key which is mentioned in the documentation. So I will just type executable path equal to, and we are done. So let's run this code once again, and you will see now you should get the Firefox up and running. Okay, so it says something went wrong here. Let's see. This is not which is expected. Let's quickly see. So it says, okay, this is just a warning. It found the driver, but what is next here? It says process okay, it started actually, but little late. Okay, just a second guys, just check the PyCharm, and this was a Mozilla. Okay, something unexpected, maybe a temporary issue. Let's run it once again, and let's see, and it actually took the path, and here you go. Okay, you can see I did nothing. It was just some temporary issue. I executed my test again and it's working, just to see whether it was a temporary issue or not. So what I will do, I will just try something new. I will just open facebook.com. I will not type anything, okay, just to make sure that it was just a temporary issue, and run it once again. And yes, here we go. Okay, so this is how we can work with Chrome driver, Gecko driver, and try with IE, Edge. It's totally up to you which browser you want to use. But now I want to highlight a very important point here guys, that what is happening behind the scene, how it is happening, and how it is returning the driver part. This is the internal part. Okay, so again, you don't need to write the same code. It is just for your information. I'm showing you that how it is doing. So in order to showcase this part, what I will do, first of all, I will break down this particular code into different statement. Right now we are passing within the constructor, right? Now what I will do, I will maintain this into a separate line, and this line also I will break down into 2 lines. So what is happening, this particular statement is actually creating a object of this Chrome driver manager class. So let me store this into one obj1, which is nothing but object. Then using this obj1, we are calling this install method. So this install method is actually returning you the path. So let me store this into a path variable. Again, I'm using path. You can use ABC, XYZ, any name. I'm giving some meaningful name so that you can relate. And then this path we are going to pass here. So when you say Chrome Driver Manager dot install, it actually do this creating of object, calling this method, return you the driver path which we are passing here. So in case if you want to see, what I will do, I will first of all print this object, okay, obj1. Then I will print this path so that you will understand what, like, is it the path of the driver or not. And this path we are passing here. Fine. Now if I show you the inside code what is happening, let's open this. I will press Ctrl from the keyboard and put mouse over. You can see this hand icon, right? Just click here and you will see the complete code. So this is, you can see the constructor. We have seen the constructor, right? So when you create object of this Chrome Driver Manager, it is creating object. So within a constructor, this is the code where it is actually taking which driver you want to download, from where to download, okay, and what should be the Chrome type, log level, everything. And the moment you say install, you can see there's a dedicated method here called install, which actually will return you the driver path, and it is also setting the permission. Once you get that file, right, it will set the permission and it will return you the driver path. This is what is happening. So once you get the driver path, you are passing within your Chrome constructor and you're good to go. So let me show you. I know this coding part, like checking the source code, is little tricky part, but this is what it is happening in the background. So it's good if you know. Okay, and here you go, it is running fine. And now if you go back and see the console log, so first of all what we did, we were printing the object. So you can see this is one object and this belongs to Chrome Driver Manager class. Second, we are printing the path, okay, and if you see, this is the path which we have discussed just now, that it is under C drive, users folder, drivers, Chrome driver, and so on. So I hope I was able to make my point. Just to give a small recap, in order to avoid this driver compatibility issues, downloading drivers, updating the drivers, we are going to use Chrome Driver Manager or Gecko Driver Manager. Okay, you just need to call install. It will check the latest version, download, and it will give you the path and you can use it. How it is happening? It is, first of all, we're creating object, then we're calling method, then we're getting the driver path. That's all. So I hope this was useful for you. If yes, then make sure you hit the like button, and in case you are new to this channel, then make sure you subscribe this channel. And in case if you find any issue, let me know in the comment section, or you can send me just an email to my email, which is mokeshotwani@learn-automation.com. Thank you so much guys, and I will see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.